evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, June 3, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, PPPC on course to deliver on 50,000 jobs promise, says President Ali. Guyana, Dominican Republic exploring joint tourism package, says President Ali. Dr. RAMSAMMY calls for ban on tobacco use. CANU intercepts POMEROON man with 1 million in GANJA, and sailor feared dead in ESSEQUIBO river boat mishap. Now for the news in detail. Part of the People's Progressive Party Civics 2020 elections campaign was a commitment to provide 50,000 jobs in the 5-year term. According to President Dr. Irfan Ali, the PPPC government is on course to deliver on this promise. Here is Jarl Bryan with our lead story tonight.
The PPPC has been campaigning across the country ahead of June 12th local government elections. During a public meeting on Friday in Maburuma, Region 1, President Dr. Irfan Ali assured those gathered that the party is on course to fulfill its 2020 campaign promises. This includes the promise that within its first term in government, the party will create 50,000 jobs.
The alternative is this party that is well on course to deliver 50,000 new house lots and 50,000 new jobs to the people of our country. This is your party. It is the difference between a party that takes and a party that gives. The difference is that this, your party, brought back the 2,000 jobs that they took away from you, Torah Amerindians. We have brought back 13,000 new part-time jobs.
The president noted that through e-services, the government is making sure teachers can study online to be trained professionals. He also spoke of their efforts to provide nursing training to persons across the country. The government has said that with the expansion of health services currently ongoing, they are aiming to train some 3,000 nurses in the next 3 years.
We have offered every young person with the qualifications to do nursing. Once you want to do nursing, get registered and the government will pay all the education expense for you to become a nurse. And for those of you who don't have the qualifications, we are also creating a framework so that you can become community health workers, so that you can be developed and be given the opportunity to become nurses also.
Jarl Bryan, The Evening News.
Ranks of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit on Friday arrested a man after he was found in possession of a quantity of cannabis. According to CANU reports, the discovery was made at a charity stelling in Region 2. CANU said that its officers conducted an operation at the charity stelling where a subsequent search of a boat in the presence of the sole occupant revealed a box containing a number of parcels suspected to be cannabis. The occupant, 42-year-old Rocky Mangra of Grant St. Joseph, Lower Pomeroon, Region 2, was arrested and escorted to the CANU headquarters, along with the suspected narcotic. When tested, the drug was discovered to be imported cannabis, known as creepy, and it weighed approximately 6.9 pounds, or 3.128 kilograms. CANU said the narcotic carries a street value of approximately 1 million Guyana dollars. Investigations are ongoing. As Guyana looks to expand its tourism industry, President Dr. Irfan Ali said his government wants to establish a joint product with the Dominican Republic that can target massive Guyanese diaspora in North America as well as the European market. Rupasina Ryan joins us with more.
President Dr. Irfan Ali made this remark following bilateral talks with Dominican Republic President Luis Abinader, who led a large delegation of both state and private sector officials to Georgetown for a one-day visit on Thursday. The Guyanese head of state said the commencement of flights by Dominican Republic-based SkyCana airline from Guyana to Canada and the United States opens up the potential market for the two Caribbean nations to partner and twin their tourism products.
We want to jointly market here in Guyana as one package, and this is because of the connectivity that we are now bringing. We're bringing a connectivity with the airline. I was saying We have a diaspora, first and second generation of more than 2 million between the US and Canada. And that is a market that is waiting for VR because they still want the sun, sand, and sea, but they also want the ecotourism, the home experience. So we can market these two countries together on a common platform.
With Guyana being ranked as a top birding and ecotourism destination in the world, President Ali said the twin of its tourism product with the Dominican Republic will tremendously benefit both countries with not only markets in North America, but in Europe as well. The head of state, who is slated for a reciprocal visit to the Dominican Republic later this month, is hoping that the tourism sectors of both nations will have deep discussions to come up with a formula of how to jointly market the Dominican Republic and Guyana as one tourism product. Meanwhile, President Abinader expressed the Dominican Republic's eagerness at both the public and the private levels to partner with Guyana.
Everything that we will do is for the benefit of your country and the benefit also of the people participating in a win-win situation. Thank you very much, and we will also going to sign an MOU that will serve as an umbrella for the government and the private sector to develop, especially in the energy sector. I think that you will never regret the participation of our business people and our government in the development of Guyana.
Rulpa Sinarain, The Evening News.
A 29-year-old sailor is feared dead following a collision between his boat and another vessel in the ESSEQUIBO River. The Guyana Police Force on Friday said a search is currently underway for Gavin Cox of Batavia Village, Mazaruni River, Region 7. According to police reports, the accident occurred at about 19:45 hours on Thursday. The missing man was the lone occupant of his boat at the time of the incident. It was reported that Cox's boat was hit by a fiberglass boat that was powered by a 300-horsepower engine. As a result of the impact of the collision, Cox was thrown overboard and disappeared. The police said the captain of the fiberglass boat attempted to search the area for Cox, but his efforts were futile. As a result, the man went to the Bartica police station and reported the matter. He has since been placed into police custody and is assisting with investigations. Coming up on the other side of the break, Dr. RAMSAMMY calls for ban on tobacco use. Please stay tuned.
Lock off. The Oreos belong to us.
No, they belong to whoever finds them first.
Get your Oreo Transformers Limited Edition and awaken the beast.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Wellington Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clark's.
Know your polling station before Elections Day. GCOM is urging all voters to find out the polling stations where they are registered to vote at the upcoming local government elections. GCOM has established an Office of the Returning Officer in every local authority area. You can visit the Office of the Returning Officer to find out at which polling station you are registered to vote. GCOM has also posted the registers of voters and lists of polling stations on its website www.gcom.org.gy.
Visit the GCOM website and enter your ID number in the cell provided for this purpose
to get clear directions about the location of your polling station where you can vote. For more information, contact the GCOM hotlines on 225-0277-9, 226-6557 or 223-9650 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. LGE is Monday, June 12.
Entrepreneurs, coconut byproducts are in high demand. How can you cater to that demand? By investing in a coconut shredder from Sylvies. Guaranteed to increase your output, this 110-volt stainless steel machine shreds coconut in seconds, allowing you to also save on labor and time. From the shreds, you can create coconut powder, oil, milk, etc. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Responsible for millions of premature deaths each year and contributing significantly to climate change, advisor at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Leslie RAMSAMMY, has sounded a call for a ban on tobacco use. More in this Rupa Sinarayan report.
In this week's edition of the Health Matters program, the glaring effects of tobacco use was drawn into focus. The tobacco industry's carbon footprint from production, processing, and transporting tobacco is equivalent to 1/5 of the carbon dioxide produced from the commercial airline industry each year, further contributing to global warming. More than 8 million people die prematurely from tobacco use every year, and it is a product which utilizes thousands of hectares of agricultural land.
It is unfathomable that a global system will still support the utilization of 200,000 hectares of land that could grow food to feed the hungry. But we grow tobacco that kills 8 million of us prematurely. It is not just a talk about reducing the use of tobacco, but that we ban tobacco, that tobacco is not an agriculture product.
According to Dr. RAMSAMMY, who is a former health minister, while it has been years since nations signed on to the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, there has been little control on cigarettes, with a growing number of youths smoking.
We still have poor to no, very poor to none regulation when it comes to e-cigarettes, and when it comes to vaping, for example. Vaping and hookah are practices now that are gaining popularity in the young population, and we seem oblivious to the dangers.
In 2017, Guyana passed the National Tobacco Control Act, mandating the adoption of a series of tobacco control policies. Technical Officer at the Chronic Diseases Unit, Dr. Shaliza Gopi, underscored that some persons do not know that this piece of legislation exists.
We can still say the legislation is fairly new, but 2017 is a few years back, but persons are still not aware of the Tobacco Control Act. So when we go into the regions, especially the hinterland regions, they're not aware of these rules. They're very happy to learn about them when we do our sensitization, and they commit to reinforcing and to implementing and adhering to these rules and regulations.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Guyana currently holds the highest mortality rate due to cardiovascular diseases in the Americas, with reportedly 34% of deaths in Guyana being attributed to CVDs. As such, the Health Ministry's Chronic Diseases Unit continues to strengthen its approach towards disease management, with plans to expand its HEARTS initiative to over 30 health centers this year. Pooja Rambaran has the details.
This was disclosed on Friday during the launch of the national expansion of the HEARTS initiative for the management of cardiovascular diseases at the Pegasus Hotel, Georgetown. In 2022, the Chronic Diseases Unit, in collaboration with the Pan-American Health Organization, World Health Organization, PAHO-WHO, launched its first HEARTS technical package to better assist healthcare professionals with the prevention and early detection of CVDs within primary healthcare. According to PAHO representative Dr. Luis Cadena, aspects of the HEARTS package include standardized treatment, blood pressure management, training adaptation, and operational care.
We decided as a country that we were going to adopt the Hearts Initiative, which is one of the programs to better manage hypertension, and not just to manage hypertension in terms of medications, but to address all the risk factors and all the lifestyle changes that need to come with implementing a program like Hearts. What I can tell you from as of a year ago that we started this process, we have founded new guidelines, we've introduced new medications into the system. Patients are being switched over to those medications as we speak. It's in a gradual step-by-step process that not just the physicians and the nurses understand, but every level of healthcare worker. At present, we have over 100 centers that have been assessed and are implementing Hearts. And those centers cover approximately, at this point, 36,160 patients. We're hoping to quickly upscale that. We have an additional 30 sites, but we are still at half year, so we can relook at those numbers and we can add additional sites.
Dr. Lal added that for its effectiveness, Hearts should eventually be adopted by all healthcare facilities in the country, both public and private.
Hearts is not just for the Ministry of Health and its primary care facilities. It must be adopted by every facility in the country if we're looking to have uniform control and to really tackle hypertension as an issue for Guyana.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony echoed this need to have standardized treatment to best care for patients.
We can't go off on a tangent and change the medications willy-nilly. This is not going to help the patients in the long run. So that is why we have spent a lot of time standardizing these protocols, and we really want people to use these protocols. So physicians across the public system, these are the meds that we want you to use. If you have good reasons to change the medication, then we must know about that, because then there's a process of how we can adjust these protocols to make sure that we are buying it and putting it in the system.
Dr. Anthony added that immediate steps to enhance chronic disease management in the country involve examining the existing programs, noting the gaps, and conceptualizing how to best address those concerns. He noted that this collaboration with PAHO WHO will help to fast-track this process. Pooja Rembrandt for the Evening News.
Tasia Dickinson joins us now to report that the Parliamentary Library was officially opened on Friday and is now named after former long-standing clerk of the National Assembly, Frank A. Narain, who served in that position for some 36 years. Here are the details.
Speaking at the opening ceremony, Human Services and Social Security Minister Vindhya Prasad thanked Mr. Narain for his contributions to the National Assembly and lauded the initiative to have the library named after him.
He has not only been serving this Parliament with distinction and being a repository of information, knowledge, and wisdom when it comes to parliamentary practice and procedures, but he has taken the effort to compile so much that we as newer parliamentarians have the opportunity to learn, to look back at our history, and to look forward, bearing that experience in mind. I thank you, sir, for the service that you have given to your country, specifically to the National Assembly and to all of the parliamentarians who would have been able to learn from you, benefited from your years of experience, your expertise, and our very own clerk, who himself credits much of what he has learned to you. I say thank you on behalf of the People's Progressive Party Civic, on behalf of the government of Guyana, and on behalf of all those who would have benefited from your knowledge. I think it is indeed fitting that an area of the Parliament earmarked to contain a repository of wisdom carries your name.
During his remarks, Narain gave a brief history of the establishment of the library in 1996, which was financed by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and was completed 2 years later.
I took the opportunity at the meetings I attended to put my case for financial help towards the establishment of a library to the US and the USAID. I was very fortunate that my proposal was accepted. We formed, between the office and our office, a team which we called the Parliamentary Library Establishment Team. And that team consisted of 5 of us. And it was that team that considered the many proposals to get a library in place.
Narain served as a public officer for over 50 years and was very instrumental in establishing the library. Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bird reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, June 4th, 2023 at 4 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Barbary Bridge is expected to be closed at 16 hours 40 on Sunday, June 4th, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now the local stock exchange market compliments of Gassi. Adult to Learn to Swim initiative commences. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Knock off. The Oreos belong to us.
No, they belong to whoever finds them first.
Get your Oreo Transformers Limited Edition and awaken the beast.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.